There's a new kind of confidence that grows within you after you leave silently. It is not loud, it does not seek attention, it is calm, it is grounded, it is unshakable. You no longer feel the need to prove anything, you no longer chase approval, because you have faced the hardest thing, walking away from what once meant everything. And that changes you forever. So if you are standing at that silent crossroad, feeling the weight of staying and the fear of leaving, listen closely, not to the noise outside, but to the voice within. If it feels heavy, if it drains you, if it slowly erases who you are, then you already know the answer. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You just need courage. The courage to choose peace over attachment, to choose growth over comfort, to choose yourself over everything that diminishes you. And when you finally take that step, do not shout, do not explain, do not look back. Just leave silently. At some point, they will notice. Your absence will echo in places where your presence was once taken for granted. They may reach out, they may question, they may even try to bring you back. But by then, you are no longer the same person. You have healed, you have grown, you have moved beyond the need for their validation. And their realization arrives too late. Not because you are bitter, but because you are free. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not everything deserves your presence. Your energy is your life force. And every time you argue unnecessarily, every time you stay where you are disrespected, every time you try to fix what is already broken, you drain that energy. Leaving silently is not about avoiding conflict. It is about choosing where your energy is invested. Because once your energy is protected, your life begins to transform. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Loneliness comes from lack of connection. Solitude comes from connection with yourself. When you first walk away, you may feel lonely. You may miss what once was. You may question your decision. But if you stay patient, that loneliness transforms into solitude, into clarity, into strength. And then, being alone no longer scares you because you are no longer empty within. When you leave silently, you don't just leave people. You leave patterns, you leave habits, you leave versions of yourself that no longer align with who you are becoming. You upgrade your standards, you upgrade your mindset, you upgrade your energy. And this transformation does not need an announcement because real growth is quiet. It happens in unseen moments, in private decisions, in the discipline no one applauds. We often believe that if something starts beautifully, it must last forever, but life does not work that way. Some people are lessons, some are temporary companions, some are mirrors showing you parts of yourself, and once their purpose is fulfilled, they fade. Not because they are bad, not because you are wrong, but because the journey has changed, and holding on beyond that point only creates pain. So instead of forcing permanence, you learn to accept endings with grace. At first, peace feels strange. No drama, no chaos, no constant need to prove yourself. Just calm. And your mind, so used to noise, starts searching for something to fix, something to worry about. But slowly, you adjust. You begin to enjoy your own company. You begin to breathe deeper. You begin to live lighter. And then you realize, peace was never boring. You were just addicted to chaos. One of the hardest truths to accept is this. You don't owe everyone an explanation for your silence. Not everyone has earned access to your thoughts, your reasons, your inner world. Some people only understood you when it benefited them. So when you step back, they question you. When you become silent, they misunderstand you. But clarity does not always require conversation. Sometimes your absence is the clearest message you can give. There's a quiet shift that happens within you, so subtle that no one else notices. The same conversations no longer excite you. The same environment begins to feel heavy. The same people feel distant, even when they stand close. It is not arrogance. It is not ego. It is growth. You begin to see things differently. You begin to feel things more deeply. And suddenly, what once felt like home starts to feel like a cage. And in that moment, you understand. Growth sometimes demands distance. Not anger, not rejection,